Good morning. Good morning. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we're going to get started here in just a second. All right, guys. So we are here today to do a pre-market analysis as of right now. The pre-market analysis is going to start with the Forex Factory. So with the Forex Factory, very straightforward. We're going to go ahead and check out major news events such as red folders. So we do have this one news event that came in overnight for Sunday, and we have not opened as of yet for the markets until later today around 4 o'clock for me. So once the markets open, then at that point in time, we'll be able to actually see where the markets are upon the open and see if there's any gaps and potentially if it's going to go in the direction that we are looking at as of right now, if we are interested in any trades. So let's go ahead and get kick-started. So Sunday right now, we do have these two major news events right here, the red folder and orange folder. This one's going to be an all-day event, so it can drop at any given point in time. There's no exact alerts that are going to be happening for it. Just continuing down, so we have a lot of yellow folders on Monday, so that's good. We do have some FOMC speakers coming in on Monday as well. I don't usually focus on yellow folders too much since I am a swing trader. So as I'm a swing trader, I mainly focus on the red news and orange news events because those are the ones that are really going to move the markets in the time frame that I'm going to be looking at. So with that said, we do have retail sales and core retail sales on Tuesday. Continuing down here, employment cost index on Tuesday. So we have some news events on Tuesday that we're going to check out. And then coming in on Wednesday, we do have non-farm employment change, which was switched up from last week. And now it's coming out this week, Wednesday. So just be mindful of that. Continuing down, nothing else really for the remaining of the day. Going into Thursday, we do have the GBP. We have gross domestic products and then petroleum GDP as well. And then we also have this news event for USD unemployment claims. Rest of the week is just kind of yellow folders, and then Friday we do have an important one, which is CPI. So CPI is going to be this one specifically. Thinking about gold, right? So on gold specifically, we do have a CPI event, and with CPI, I know with gold, it loves to rocket gold up and or down. So just be really mindful based upon the direction that it's looking. It could take care of prices moving in one direction or the other significantly. So with that said, hopefully we'll get a buy setup on gold this week, and then this will help push gold further in our direction. So let's go ahead and jump right into the charts. So therefore we can see what we're looking at right now and then see what opportunities are presenting itself for this coming week. So for the weekly candles on GU, we do have an overall uptrend that the market was in. Market then became into a pullback zone and then started heading back up. We have broke the highs that we previously had, but we also created this weekly wick. And then now we had this pullback zone here on this weekly. It tapped the weekly, EMA, and then it rejected as well with a wick. Going down to a daily, we have this nice daily Fibonacci zone that we can draw right here. So we can delete this. This was a nice support resistance zone, this one as well. So this exact spot, let me kind of clear this up a little bit for everyone. All right, not too much to really change. So we had a few different key areas that I was interested in. So one, we had a Fibonacci, A, B, and we have a pullback. Pullback happened right at the key level. It also happened at the rejection of this other previous resistance turning support. So for this reason, this is a great area to get in. This is also in between the 78% and the 50% EMA on the daily candles. So now all we're going to look for is a 4-hour higher low, and then we're going to be looking for a buy. So right now, we would need price to pretty much come down a little bit. We need price to come down a little bit, give us a nice higher low here, and then start showing us bullish momentum. Once we get bullish momentum again, then we can start buying off of this 4 hour and or 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, you can see that we pretty much headed straight up. If we get a nice pullback, such as a 50% zone of this current zone, this would be ideal, but it doesn't have to pull back to the 50% on my 1 hour time frame. So this is one thing that I just kind of keep in mind is on the daily is the 50% minimum, which it's already in. And then for the 4 hour, it does not have to go to the exact T in order for me to get an entry. Now it's ideal in order for me to get a better entry, but outside of that, it does not have to in order for me to get into this trade. So basically on GU, I'm anticipating buying momentum for next week with a little bit of a pullback for most of Sunday, maybe even Monday. We'll see how that acts because this 4 hour, this is pretty much one full day. So we could get a one full day move coming down and then start the buying opportunity. And then overnight on Monday, that's whenever we could get the opportunity to buy. So that's what I have on GU. And then let's go ahead and jump right into gold. So gold was experiencing some pretty much a major pullback all of last week. I did get into some buy opportunities, but unfortunately, the market was not really moving up. It was just still in its pullback zone. So you can see the Fibonacci that I drew out right here. Let me go ahead and line it up a little bit better. So we do have, and this is the bigger time frame. So let's go over to a weekly, just so therefore we can see everything in a nutshell, right? So on the weekly, we are pulling up. We consolidated here, pulled up, consolidated, pulled up. And then if I turn off everything, you can see that we have this major wick to the downside. And now we're pushing back up, closing near the highs. Right here on this Fibonacci, we have A, which is a higher low, to B, which is this higher high. And then we pulled back all the way to the 78% verification. Yeah, we pulled all the way down here, which is actually lower than the 78%. But if we come over here to the daily, just to confirm as well, we didn't close below the 78%, which the 78% is right here. We never actually closed below on a daily of the 70%. So I'm okay with it wicking and coming back up, but I cannot accept any closures below. On a 4 hour, you can also see the same concept, which is giving all of the buyer momentums coming back. We do have a switch right at the 78% that it wicked below, but it never closed below. So all of those are good indications. Even on the 2 hour, same thing, wick below, but never closed. Now on the 1 hour, it might have a little bit, right? A little bit of closure below, but not much at all. So these are all good signs that we can continue the momentum up. Now, the only downfall upon this exact move is that if we're going to continue up, because it retraced so far to the 78, it might get to the previous high and then reject. So what could happen is we can come all the way up here, tap a double top before we reject, give another buy opportunity, and then we could start consolidating right here for a little bit and then finally break out. So that is definitely one thing to keep in mind on a daily. We could have a repetitiveness of the previous stuff that kind of happened here, where market kind of started consolidating before it continued higher. So that is something that I am anticipating as of right now. On this 4 hour bar here, or 4 hour candles, we do have a nice pull up to the pull up with that Fibonacci, pull back down to the 61.50%, giving this hammer candle, and then immediately after giving this morning star with a bearish engulfing with a doji style candlestick, and then a bullish engulfing immediately after. So this is giving already a nice buy opportunity. So the only thing that we are waiting for right now is going to be a 1 hour pullback and then a continuation. So I'm really hoping that the open, this is my ultimate goal, is at the open, we don't gap too much and then we have a nice pullback, hopefully to this support resistance zone here, and then the continuation after. Now, the only issue with gold is gold loves to gap a lot of times. So if gold gaps up, say right here, price could just start shooting straight up from here. I would love a pullback. Doesn't mean I'm going to get it. So as of right now, if we do get this pullback, I'm going and buying back into this one, and I'm holding for the long duration. If gold gaps up and just starts to ride, I'm going to have to wait for a pullback in order to look for an entry at that point. Now, let's go ahead and jump into NASDAQ 100. So NASDAQ 100, I am in the anticipation that we're going to go ahead and drop significantly, potentially up to this 50%. Not a guarantee, but a possibility, right? So last week, I was anticipating price to drop all the way to about 2,400, 2,450. It got just next to where my take profit was, but it didn't exactly get to my exact take profit, unfortunately, before it came back all the way up, giving us this kind of doji right here. So we have this bullish signal here. That price came down, broke through, retested, and then started continuing down. We are in this consolidation on the weekly / on the daily. So this consolidation right here, the reason why I have it listed as consolidation, you have a high, you have a low, you have a lower high, higher low, lower high, higher low, double top, higher low, and then a break of structure here, right? And then a break of structure here, and then a break of structure here. So we have multiple reasons of consolidation. We have lower highs and lower lows, and then we have a lower low, higher high, lower low. So different styles of consolidation. That's why we are in consolidation. Now, I was anticipating that we did get this rejection here, and then we broke these previous higher lows on the 4 hour. So this is why I got in for a sell. Right here, you can see that price pulled up, came down, higher low, came all the way back up. We made a minor higher low here. We broke through this higher low. So therefore, I was anticipating some sells. So we got in, we got a nice little sell off. And then right here, we broke through previous higher lows. So we came and got a nice pullback. And then again, another sell off. So pretty much I am in the anticipation that we're going to continue to sell off. But as of right now, we're waiting for a nice Fibonacci. So we have Fibonacci A, B. We already tapped the 50. We're near the 60. I'm expecting us, we could gap potentially, but I'm expecting us to get possibly the 60%, which is also a retest of this uptrend here, and then continue lower, breaking through structure with the high probability of just giving a double bottom or coming down to the consolidation zone. So any of these three options are possible. So the three options is double bottom, consolidation bottom, or it breaks through, hits this negative 27, and or also the negative 61. So these are all things that I'm kind of thinking of as of right now, especially for the NASDAQ. So let's go ahead and jump into the S&P 500. S&P 500 and the NASDAQ are very much similar. So not much to go into today on the S&P. We have this nice pullback zone that I already listed. So this was the previous higher high, higher low, or is it? No, higher low, higher high. I can delete this. Which one did I delete? No, that was an uptrend. I can delete this Fibonacci. So right now, the Fibonacci, I don't have like a clear Fibonacci right now, to be honest, but this market structure, we were coming up to this high. Then we kind of gave this double bottom, slight break of structure, and then a slight lower high, and then price broke through, and it's currently pulling back. So with the information I do have, this would be most relevant, which is the same exact Fibonacci that I have on the NASDAQ. So prices came all the way up. We already at the 78. I would be expecting us to sell off based upon we're currently in this consolidation zone. We're also at this major support resistance zone, and we are currently making lower lows and lower highs. So for those reasons, I'm expecting the sells to continue. So I will be looking for a sell off potential here. So that's what I have right now. Let's check out silver. Silver. All right, starting from a weekly, silver has came up extremely crazy over the last handful of weeks. So we had nice momentum here, and then it just really took off after it broke through the $50 mark. Oh, sorry. So on the weekly, we have this crazy weekly Fibonacci that's kind of forming. We have a higher low here, all the way to this major higher high. And then price has now pulled back. It pulled back right above the 78 to about the 61.50%. So on a daily, we are still creating a lower low. We got a lower high, lower low. So right here, we have bear structure on the daily. 4 hour, we are waiting for some buyers to step in. So I would be waiting for price to come up, create a nice higher low, and then a continuation. So that is what I'm expecting right now on the 4 hour on silver before I actually get back into silver. We were creating some bullish structure around here, and I decided to get into a buy. So I was noticing that we had a minor higher low, price came up, created kind of like this higher low area here. And then on this higher low area, it was rejecting off of this support resistance zone. Price already pulled back into my area that I was interested in. So for that reason, I did a buy crossing over this EMA. And then from there, it started going in my direction, but then it unfortunately just crashed through. So for that reason, I am anticipating another buy opportunity because we are still holding the area of interest. And all I need to do is see a nice higher low planted before we go ahead and get into another buy. So last couple of items that we also have. So I have UCAD and UJ. Let's go ahead and jump on. We're on UCAD right now. So we do have this nice weekly that's kind of like forming. So we had a Fibonacci zone here, A, B, and then we had a nice pullback and then a continuation right to that negative 27. So this was a very clean move that occurred. We currently have this Fibonacci A, B, and then we're waiting for the C to pull back. Excuse me. We're still at the 50%, 61% zone. We're also retesting this major weekly uptrend right here. We have this crazy wick, so to be mindful of. And then on a daily candles, you can see right here that we're really starting to hesitate around this 50%. So I am anticipating, based upon previous information, check this out. Price comes up, makes a high, pulls down, and then creates a double top right here and then shoots down. Price comes up, comes down a little bit, double top area, slightly breaking the high, and then comes down. Price came up, kind of consolidated a little bit, broke the high minor, like very briefly, and now I'm expecting price to continue lower. So that's kind of like what I've been seeing is double tops, double tops, double tops. Over here, double top, and it started heading down a little bit, but then it started heading up. Triple bottoms to head all the way up. Right here, we had double tops trying to head back down, right? So like this is something that I've seen on UCAD quite a bit, right? Double, triple bottoms started heading back up. So these are just certain things that I've been seeing. So if UCAD starts giving us some bearish momentum, as of right now, we do have a nice pull up. It gave us a little higher low, and then it kind of came up, made this double top here, higher low, higher high, break of structure here. So now all I'm looking for is a continuation to the downside with a lower high. If we get a nice 4-hour lower high, we are already at the area of interest based upon this Fibonacci zone. You can kind of see this 4-hour Fibonacci. We are already at 50%, and I will be expecting to see a lower high and then a continuation down. So that is what I see on UCAD. Let's go ahead and jump on UJ. UJ has been creating this crazy pushback up. So we have this nice hammer doji style that happened off this weekly Fibonacci. So on this weekly Fibonacci, it kind of rejected here, and then it started pushing up like crazy. I would be only looking for a buy opportunity if we had price come down and then make a higher low and then start heading up. Otherwise, because I'm a swing trader, I'm looking for a long-term buy. I'm not looking for a short-term buy. And this hasn't created us enough momentum for a major pullback in order to get back in for this buy opportunity. Price did give a nice buy opportunity down here that I was in for a little while, but I had to close the trade. And I'm currently not in any trades at this very time. So I am waiting for price to give us that opportunity to get back into the markets. And if it presents the opportunity, I will be looking to buy on UJ. And then coming over here to US 30, US 30 finally made a move to breaking this consolidation on the daily. And if you look at the weekly also had this nasty consolidation zone with 4 total candles. We have this major high that was pushed up. Price pulled down, kind of trying to push higher, but didn't want to. And then finally, price broke the high. So coming over here, just kind of look at how price was reacting. Prior to, we had these nice higher highs, higher lows, right? So coming up here, higher low, higher high, right here, and a minor lower high. But price was kept on pushing up with higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Price finally pulled back down to like this little bit of a key area right here. Let's do support resistance zone. So right here, it started holding this nice support resistance zone of this previous high, and then support, and then a higher low here, and price just not tanked, but like took off and broke through these highs. So I'm in the anticipation that we are going to continue to make higher highs and higher lows as of right now, breaking through this high. So we would need price to do a couple things. Either price immediately pulls back and then starts buying like here, or price will go ahead and continue heading up, then make a major pullback to this top of the consolidation zone / to this key level, and then start pushing back up. So we're going to have to wait and see what price wants to do. And then once price action creates a momentum shift, giving us the opportunity to either start buying again, then at that point we will start buying into US 30. But as of right now, we are just waiting to see how price wants to react. We can see here that we had a higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, and then price took off. So that's pretty much all I got as of right now for today. We will be back in tomorrow morning as well for our daily pre-market analysis. So therefore, we can go ahead and look for some entry opportunities. If there is anything that presents itself tonight, I might be looking into getting into a buy, maybe on silver, maybe on gold, and then maybe on GU as of right now. And just remember, guys, this is for entertainment purposes only. I wish y'all the best and hope y'all have a great rest of your day, okay? Thank you.